Hey, what's up, everyone? Mike from Imperial. Happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday. So, I know we've been kind of busy the last few Fridays, but we're making good progress on the new room. So, let some people get on board and we will show you guys what we've been working on. Hey, Adam Hudson, what's up? Avenger Revolution, hello. All right, Ahmad, what's up? Dragon Lair. All right, so man, I am so ready for this COVID stuff. All right, so I'm going to connect to the Wi-Fi. Hopefully it auto connects and see as long as the signal doesn't drop. See Russ on, Christopher Nance from Oklahoma, Quentin. All right, Lynn Chapman's on, Chemo, Terry says he loves the fish, our fish. Thank you. We work really hard at it. So, all right, so I'm going to do a quick walkthrough on where we are at this. We just got in another load of lumber, all right, and we're going to start next week building the next two racks. Before my signal was lost, I was telling you about all the delays with the COVID virus. Like right now, I've been waiting for 3 months for the aquariums to go into these spots. And Marineland emailed me earlier this week and said that they should be done making the tanks today and they should be shipping out. So we're hoping next week at some point we'll get all the tanks for this rack and hopefully the rest of the tanks for the metal racks. So, and then we're also going to be getting tanks for the future racks that will be over here. I don't think I showed you guys the lights, so I'll show you them next. So we got 2 more rows of racks that'll be going in right here, and in total we'll have about 400 tanks running. All right, so let's go through, and these do not have lights on them yet, but I can at least show you some of the fish. There's no lights. It's pretty bad reflection, but we got some big blue morai here. We got some blue fire. There's one male in there showing a really nice coloration. The thing that we're happy about is that the fish are doing very well in their new tanks. They are still cycling. The dwarf mandos are still real spooked. We got some small Eureka reds right here. We got some large albino socolophis. We got some blue dragons here. So even though we don't have lights on the tanks, you can still see very clearly. But it'll be even better once we get the lights on. So, Adam's asking how the filters are running. So they're running off air. We have a air pump in the back, and it's pushing the air through these lift tubes, and they're working really well. So we're super happy with the Matten filters. They're working really well. So everything in this room will be a Matten filter. That's the filtration that we wanted to go with. You can see some big azurius right here. Pretty bad reflection. You can see the albino flamebacks. And the reflection is pretty bad on these tanks. We got some albus here. Now we're just starting to show a little bit of blue on them. We got some compressor steps, some eye biters. We got some large Venus tubes here. We got some albino Taiwan reefs here. Man, I didn't realize that reflection would be so bad. So once we get lights on them, we're going to be able to see the fish a lot better. Hopefully not have that glare on them. Right now there's a lot of glare. I think it's from these lights right above me here are causing a lot of glare. So Philip Parker from Louisiana checking in safe from Hurricane Laura. Wow, man, that thing looked scary. Yesterday morning I woke up to look at the radar to see what it's doing, and man, it looked like you guys had a massive storm that came through. So I'm really glad to hear that you're safe, and everything I read on the news is that, you know, there was a lot of damage, but it looked like they, you know, they could have been a lot worse. So this is our rack with lights right here. So you can see the difference here. Like here's the 3-inch Rhabdotus. It's starting to show a little bit more color. The Gymnogeophagus, they got to be almost in eating dress to really shine, but we actually got sand in these tanks, and just in the last couple of days been a lot more happier with the sand. So there's the liver thirst, a little bit more shy. A lot of people ask us to bring in the Oscars. Here's some red tiger Oscars. So, but we're still modifying everything in here. So we've already made quite a bit of changes to the system. So like you see the water splash in right there. We ended up doing water lines on all of them. So once we get water lines on these guys, these cars jump really bad. That's why we got lids on them. But you can see it doesn't make nearly as much splashing. But the good news is the fish are happy, because that's always a concern. Anytime you set up a new system, you know, how are the fish going to react? And as of now, the fish are doing very, very well. So they seem to be happy with the water quality, the water parameters. Nice size fire mouth right there, showing some good color. Dang, Ahmad, I seen that pop up. Ahmad with the donation. Man, I appreciate it, Ahmad. It's crazy how big of a project this has been. It's been a massive undertaking. And I'm just really glad that we've got fish in these tanks, and we got lights on the tanks on most of them. So, nice one right there. These clippers are like beating each other up really bad right now. That is a very, very violent fish. So red Nyuri are looking good. But I'm really happy with the way everything's turning out. The fish are happy, and that makes us happy. Rock cribs. Those guys don't seem to be too scared. Over here, we're still organizing the packing area. So we got quite a bit to do. This is going to be our water for bagging up the fish. We haven't put sand on this side, so we're going to be pretty close to putting sand in there. Yeah, Harvey. So yeah, we put sand on this side over here. So these tanks have sand, but we do not have sand on this side yet. But we're going to be putting the sand in there really soon. In fact, I'll go over there and show you the sand that we're using. We like the sand because the fish like the substrate, and there's lots of advantages to having the substrate in the bottom because the sand will grow a lot of beneficial bacteria. So there's our pallet of sand right there. So that is a lot of sand, and they just got in with the 4x4s. Chemo with the donation. Dang, Chemo, man, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That's awesome. It's just been overwhelming, the support that you guys have given us. I know everybody wants updates, and know the status of everything. And trust me, we've been sweating and working very hard to try to get this up and running. The beauty of it is that we have it up and running, and the fish are really happy with their new tanks. We still got a lot to do before we start operating out of it, but I mean, right now everything is looking really nice. The nickel side, those are nice West African fish. We got the millenniums right here. We got the albino millennium. These guys are looking nice. We got the Kamakas. These guys are looking nice. So we're getting close, but right now the holdup right now for us is the getting the more tanks to finish these 2 rows out, because right now we don't have enough tanks to start operating over here. But once this rack is done and the rack on the other side, the metal rack, is done, we're going to get water in the tanks and lights and everything. We'll have fish in them. And so can't wait for that to happen. Angelfish up top. You can see those guys off the reflection. That's the blue blushers. Red black anthos. That's looking nice. I appreciate it, Ryan. We've been doing this a long time. Imperial Tropicals has been breeding and selling fish for 50 years. As of January 2020, this year, made 50 years that we've been doing it. So we've learned a lot. One thing that I wanted to show you, and I hope it's working, is we built a Venturi for siphoning the tanks. Okay, so basically we open up this valve. All right. Let me make sure, see if we got water. No, we don't have water yet. All right, but we created a Venturi valve right here. This is actually a Venturi pipe. So it's going to work just like a Python filter. Basically, we open this valve and water is going to pass through there and create suction through here. So this 50-foot hose will be like a Python filter, and we walk around and siphon out the tanks, and the dirty water is going to go into the drain, into the floor. Yeah, Chemo was just asking, does the water just drain into the floor? Yes. So basically we'll come through here with that 50-foot hose, do our siphoning, and instead of it going on the floor like it is right now this morning, because we didn't have the Venturi hooked up, we'll be able to siphon the tanks, and it's going to go right into the floor drains. And the nice thing about the floor drains is they all leave the building. I'll walk out here and show you where all that water goes. see if, make sure I knock. Alright, so we're good. This is the bathroom. I think I showed that off on one of the previous ones. So we got a nice bathroom in here. But the water goes out the building. Alright, sorry about that. My Wi-Fi signal dropped as soon as I stepped outside. Let me turn the Wi-Fi on. Alright, so the signal shouldn't drop. So the water is going to come out the building through those drains. And then the nice thing about it is we get to use it again for this pond. Alright, so the water that's coming out of the building goes into this reservoir, which right now, you know, got calipers in it, and they really like all the fresh water going in their tanks anyways. So I'll do a quick walk around the back of the building. So we didn't have enough sod, but at some point I'm probably going to sod the rest of this. Right now I just got the sod up against the building. And you see where we're collecting the rainwater. All the rainwater coming off of the building goes into this 6-inch corrugated pipe. And then underneath that rock I have the 6-inch corrugated pipe going to this pond over here. And this is the pond that all the water goes into for the fish. So every time it rains, we get to grab that rainwater and use it for the fish, which I like a lot. It helps soften the water. You can see that black corrugated pipe there. That's where all the rainwater dumps into the pond. And then, like I said, that's where, and then the water gets pumped into the building, into the aquariums. So, like I said, we still have a lot of things to do, but we're getting really close. Really close. I would say if the tanks get here, you know, hopefully next week, later in the week, as soon as they get here, we'll be painting the tanks, and then we will be putting them on the racks, and then filling them up with water, growing the beneficial bacteria. The nice thing about the bacteria is that we do not have to cycle the tanks as long, because the water that we're pumping into the tanks already has beneficial bacteria. Oh yeah, the guys found this banner that we made a long time ago, and I hadn't seen this thing in years, but that's pretty cool. So that's an old aerial photograph of the farm. It's pretty cool. That's where the building is right now, so where those ponds used to be. So it kind of gives you a good overview. And then this is some of the first pictures that I took, you know, back when I was learning, you know, initially how to take photographs. This is the pictures I used to make the banner. Tom from Malibu. Good old Malibu. I love California. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's where we're at. The greenhouses are still really hot. We did put fans on 3 of the greenhouses, greenhouse fans. So it's a little bit cooler in those greenhouses, but it's still so hot that my camera would probably shut down. So so no greenhouse. We do have a lot of nice fish in right now. So if you guys are looking to order something, everything should be on the website. If you don't see it on the website, go ahead and email us, and we can let you know if we have a few of them laying around. Maybe we just have a few of those particular fish that you're looking for, and they're just not on the website. So basically, you know, we could do a manual order for you guys, and you know, but as soon as this is all up and running, our inventory is going to grow tremendously. You know, right now we breed about we're probably around 200 different types of fish that we breed in-house, and then I have a lot of fish that I buy from friends of mine that have breeding operations. But it's going to give me a lot more tanks, so we'll be able to bring in some wild caught fish. that we'll be able to also use for new breeding stock. And then also we'll be able to offer some wild caught fish on the website. So Yak Attack said he was just on the website drooling. Nice. Yeah, Ahmad, it's really hot. Right now it's the hottest time of year in Florida. Typically August is just, brutal. Luckily we've been getting a lot of rain, so it helps cool things off in the evenings and the morning times, but I think the heat index this week was like 110. So, but you know what? I don't mind it as long as you get used to it. A little bit of sweat never hurt nobody. So, and the number one thing is the fish like it. So, sometimes it doesn't matter what we like, as long as the fish like it, then that's what the fish gets. So these are all tropical fish. They come from hot environments. So, they're doing really well down here in Florida. So, guys, I hate to cut it short, but I just wanted to check in with you, let you guys know that we didn't fall off the face of the earth. I really appreciate all the support that you guys are giving us, the donations that came in today from Chemo and Mod. I really appreciate that. And, we still got a lot of stuff to do, so we're going to get back to work. You guys have a good weekend. Be safe out there. The world's going mad. All right, and it's a crazy, crazy world out there. So get in front of your fish tanks, do your water changes, take good care of your fish. That's how we find our sanity, is by working with these animals and respecting them. So stay safe, and we're going to talk at you guys next week. So have a good weekend, and I hope to be able to come back next Friday and show you guys a lot of the progress. So thank you guys. Before I go, I've seen another donation come in. Lens, because Drayden is awesome and always answers any questions I have. Thank you, Lens, and thank you, Drayden, for doing an awesome job and holding it down, and the whole crew here. I mean, everybody's, I've been doing this a long time, and I can say this is the best crew that we've ever had here. Mike Bernard, Mariam, every one of them. Guy was up in Michigan. He retired, moved to Florida, and he was friends with a friend of mine that owned a pet shop. So Guy liked fish so much, he decided to retire, come down here in Florida and play with fish. So we've got a very, very special team of dedicated hobbyists working here and wanting to do the right thing, the ethical thing with the fish, and follow their passion. So thanks to my crew, and thank you guys for everybody that supports us. So with that, I'm going to end it. So everybody have a good weekend, and thank you again for the support.